All right, here we are outside of 1351 Susie Lake Road. This is in one of my absolute favorite neighborhoods. It is very quiet. It is very hidden off the beaten path. The main road, which is Glenwood over here, just kind of takes you that way. And then the next one is a few streets over and takes you to another spot. This is kind of hidden away from all the hustle and the bustle, and yet you're still very central and close to Heavenly Mountain, which is right there. And then the ski run marina and lake access is just over here. So you're about maybe a 25-minute walk to Whole Foods, which, I mean, maybe do it in 15, but a 5-minute drive to the beach and about a 5-minute drive to Heavenly Mountain, and probably about 5 to 3 minutes, maybe a 3 to 5 minute Uber to the casino. So centrally located, nice big lots here. So the neighbors are all kind of pushed back. And there's also access to the bike path. If you go down here, it takes you to the meadow, which also has like a little community golf course, or you can get on this way and go towards the casinos. So centrally located, nice level lots, nice big lots, quiet and still central. Those are definitely the key points for this one. Now, that property is vacant. I believe somebody bought it, so there will probably be a house built there in the coming years. This neighbor, never around, ever. He's seen him once or twice. This was a vacation rental along like 4 or 5 years ago, but the seller's just kind of been holding on to it, but it's just too much house for him at this point. So he's so nice big garage area, level lot, vacant lot over there. This is a big family that are kind of redoing their house. And then you can see through here, that's where Mount Talak is. So that's where your sunsets are going to happen. So you'd have the evening sun out front. So let's check it out. All right. So first walk in, you have this nice grand foyer. Lots of room to kind of kick off the shoes and boots, and just kind of highlights the open concept here. This house is 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, just under 2,800 square foot. So the biggest house we've seen all day. So kitchen is the heart. You have this nice big dining room, which he has a huge table here, so any size table is going to fit. Into this sunken living room. So a little step down here, but then you have your living room area with a little gas fireplace, but plenty of natural light. He's got all those new little wood blinds. So if you want shade, you can have that, or privacy, but just lots of natural light here. Vaulted ceilings, give it a nice high, well, I guess it's just in here that it's vaulted, but high ceilings throughout the whole downstairs. Sliding door over here gives you a nice open, lots of light and space. This is kind of the little workshop, or sorry, office. Can be used as another sleeping area, or maybe just like a little reading nook. Or you could probably get one of those Murphy beds in here too if you really wanted to have as a bonus sleeping area. But so that's that. Into the kitchen, which I really like how open it is and how it's kind of the heart of the whole downstairs. Gas stove, newer appliances, kind of dated countertop, but you know, that's something you could look into here. Into your second living room, or the game room with the pool table that can stay. Nice big room here, plenty of room for a bunch of people to be hanging around. Put some chairs here and a little drink table or something, but kind of fun to have the living room over there and game room here. It also has a full bathroom downstairs, so a little walk-in shower and sink and toilet. So that's the family bathroom for the whole downstairs floor. And then I guess we'll continue upstairs. This is a owner's closet, so it's got the lock on it, but that's where you'd keep all your stuff if you ever did want to rent out the property. When he did short-term rentals, he had great success here. Obviously this house is huge. Like, check out how wide this staircase is. And so can hold big families or however you want. Again, there's kind of a view of that outside into the upstairs bathroom, which services the 3 bedrooms on the upper floor. Tub shower combo. And I do believe this is the washer and dryer, so nice to have that on the upstairs level for all the bedrooms. And it's kind of like a linen closet. Kind of little updates all throughout the house, but newer windows. So right in off the stairs, there is the primary bedroom. So again, with the vaulted ceilings, just a nice open, huge room. Any size bed. This looks like a queen size bed, so you could easily fit a king in here, however different side of the room or however you want to set it up. With this big wall of mirrors, which is the closet. So a huge closet. And then again, that just helps with all the natural light for this room. So nice big space there. Into the primary bathroom. So you have a double sink with walk-in shower. Again, with the vaulted ceiling. And I mean, there's little stuff like it needs to be recocked up there and kind of things. If you were going to paint it, maybe then you would look into that. But overall, I think this house is in good shape. Has a newer roof, which you can kind of see from here. I'd have to get an update on exact roof, but that would be part of the seller disclosures. So I'll get on him to fill those out as well. There's the loo. And then this way is the upstairs deck. So again, just it's so quiet out here. I wish you could hear it, but it's just so quiet. Nice big deck up here, so you could have a little sitting area for your morning coffee, or whichever you want to do. There are little things up here that maybe like the Trex deck is coming up, so maybe we fix that somehow. But you also have access down into the yard, so if the kids wanted to come up here and just hang out in the sun, the afternoon sun, it is available for that. You don't have to go through the master bedroom. Okay, back in through here. Okay, so that's the primary suite. And then we go down this long hallway, which I absolutely love. It just kind of separates the rooms into bedroom number 2. Great size, pretty standard bedroom, but options of where you can put the beds. That's a queen size bed, again with the closet and overlooking the backyard, which we'll get to that after. But so great size room, standard size closet. Okay. The ceiling is popcorn, so if that is something you do or do not like, I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to get rid of. But he also updated the carpet recently. So bedroom number 3, slightly bigger than the other one. Kind of has a little pop out here. So there's that. And then bedroom number 4, the biggest of the 3 little bedrooms, and again, windows on all sides. So there's just so much natural light in this house. It's kind of like a blank canvas, which you could do with it in regards of paint or color. It could obviously use a little freshening up, but you could really do anything you want. And the rooms are big enough to hold any color, or if you like the light white kind of color, it just makes it feel really open. And with all the natural light, it's just a little haven in here. And there's another view of the window. But a great size room here. This would be great for bunk beds, or even like the kids' playroom plus beds, or you could have it as like a junior suite. Okay. So, and again, you're still pretty far away from the primary. So I like that the bedrooms are all on the same floor, but really spread out and kind of on their own wing, if you will. And then linen closet. Okay. And then we'll go back downstairs. Again, with this huge stairway, it just feels really grand up here and just open, and you know, everyone has their part of the house, which, you know, maybe only a few houses have given us that, but I just hope I can emphasize how open and spacious it is in here. Okay. And it's obviously very minimally furnished, but so out into your backyard, which is a nice big level yard, probably about the size of a volleyball court if you got rid of those trees. But that tree is there to have a swing on it. So you could put a little tire swing there or something for the kiddos. But you also have access at the pool table room. So a nice big yard, you know, all the way over here. It's huge. It really is huge. I've actually raked this whole yard before, so I can tell you how big it is. And you could put, like, add some trees in there, a little bit more fuller trees if you wanted a little bit more privacy. But these neighborhoods are few and far between. Full-time owners, as I mentioned before, that owner's never even been here. He's like never seen him. If someone builds here, most likely will be a second home, but and even if they are full-time, you know, great, more kids to play with. But a huge yard back here that you could do a lot with. And then there's also this hot tub, which is functioning. He gets it serviced regularly. So that's always a perk to have as well. Let me just open that up. Nice clean hot tub ready to go. And that looks like a 1, 2, 3, 8-seater. And I've been here before. I mean, it was a few years ago, but when he did when I did open houses, and he would always get it serviced. So I know for a fact he keeps this up. And it's got the nice little pergola, which maybe could be updated or at least restained. And that's kind of a few of the things we were talking about doing before going live. So I think he would be relieved if he didn't have to do some of that stuff, which obviously we could reflect in the price point, but just there's a lot you could do here. It's a nice big lot. You could add a deck if you wanted to. You really don't need to because the ground's level. But you could just imagine like maybe even pavers or something so that you have a more defined backyard sitting area, and having like a huge table out here for everyone to eat out. You have all the lights, those big lights hanging around, and I just think it would be a really fun neighborhood to be in. You also have great afternoon sun, and it just is a really open feeling and yet very, very quiet. So you guys already know this is one of my favorite neighborhoods, and I'm really glad that we got in to see this house. I wish you could have seen it in person, and you can if you can come up again, if that's gonna, you know, help make the decision. But I just think this is a great option for a great price, and I think it really does tick a lot of your boxes. There hasn't even been a car drive by. You may not have noticed, but it's just that quiet. Okay, so I will finish up with the video. Come in here. Oh, I haven't done the garage yet. Okay, good thing I didn't end it. I knew there was something else. And so we come back through here, and this is where the garage is. sure I don't lock myself out here. Okay, so a true 2-car garage. I don't know if it's tall enough for your trucks. We'd have to measure that. And maybe that was someone else today. I've had a busy day, but it's about, I mean, let's see here. I'm 6 feet tall, so say it's at least 7 feet. But huge garage space. You could put like those shelves up if you wanted to do extra storage and still have plenty of room. I'd say the ceiling is at least 12 feet. At least 12 feet. You know, I'm not that good with gauging that, but it's definitely huge. So you could have a whole storage area up there to hide Christmas decorations and stuff like that, but huge backyard. And it also has its own door out to the backyard, which is nice. Newer hot water tank and furnace. Those again will all be labeled in the home inspection. Okay, so I do know that the seller has done a lot of, kept up with all the maintenance on it, so it should be in relatively good shape. I don't think we'll have any surprises on the home inspection report. I think it's just a matter of making it your style, which is why, you know, we kind of went back and forth on what he should do, because, you know, buyers also want to put their own spin on it. So I just think it's a blank canvas and you could really do anything you want in here. Update the kitchen, countertop or not. I mean, it kind of has a neat little Aztec feel to it, but yeah, a ton of potential and a ton of room. And I think at this little lull in the market, you may be able to get it for a fantastic price too. Obviously, he has his heart set on $1 million, and I do think this house can get it. So just to kind of put your head in the right spot for that. And then maybe we can subtract a little bit for the work that he doesn't have to do to get it market ready. But I think if you want to seriously just take it off the market and get it, we're going to have to be close to that number. Okay, so there's one last view, and I'll do one more shot of the front yard so you can see how big this lot is. You have about the same size yard in the front as you do in the back. So it's basically put right on the center of the lot. You could fit, it's like a huge yard. You could easily fit, you have parking right here. Even if it snows, you could move some of the spot for at least 2 cars right there. 2 cars inside, 1, 2, 3, 4 vehicles easily in the driveway. And then again, plenty of parking in the street. Bear box is already set. Yeah, I really just can't say enough good things about this property. Okay. All right. And that is Susie Lake.